this is the main event of the evening. Señoras y señores, live. It's time!
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope you're enjoying your evening. We are live in the Action Lab, your premier sports and entertainment talk show on the internet, and we are coming at you live on a Wednesday night. We are chilling. We have ESPYs going on in the background. We got some NFL. I think we're 50 days away from the NFL starting, which is something that I think we all are waiting for. But it is going to be an incredible evening here. My name is Chris. This is Rec. Because Scotty is in Florida. He is in Florida, chilling with his family, hanging out, doing some Disney stuff. You know, Disney is a thing. You know, I guess that's a thing. I haven't been to Disney World or Disneyland since I was like probably 5 years old, but hey, he's doing his thing out there. He's taking care of the family and spending all that cash on Disney's. Is that Disney's nuts? Basically,
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
that's right, Joe.
So Joe says confirmed 50 days away from Eagles Cowboys.
Okay,
And
there we go.
also, we had a couple pieces of NFL news, which one dropped right before we went live.
Oh yeah, what is? We got some breaking news going on.
Yep.
Let's.
The Washington Commanders have a new edge rusher on the team.
Uh,
And his name is Von Miller.
his name is John Cena. No. It's
Von Miller.
Von
is the Commander.
Miller to the Commanders on a 1-year deal here. Eight-time Pro Bowl. Von Miller joins the Washington Commanders. Still finalizing terms, it looks like, per Adam Schefter. So Bills released him on March 9th, freeing up $8.4 million. So, hey, Commanders, they get a little bit of aging pass. I mean, what? Von Miller's good.
Yeah, we're gonna call him depth.
He's 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He's 40 probably, right? So
I mean, where was he drafted? Like 2012? It's been a while.
it's been a minute. He got his best years behind him, that's for sure. I mean, what? He's got ACL injuries like almost every other year.
Von Miller is 36.
Oh, so he's almost 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, so he's doing his thing, going over to the Commanders on a 1-year deal. The Commanders, if they'll probably get a few sacks out of him, and he'll run out of gas towards the end of the season. Probably about 2/3 of the way through the season, you won't get much out of him, but he'll get you through, a handful of games. He'll get you through.
Thanks, Chairman.
Shout out to Chairman. Shout out to Joe Quills. Both of them stream. Click on their links in the chat. We always like to support our Action Lab Rats with all of their shows that they have on their channels as well. So go click those. Go follow them because they're always putting out some interesting content. You got Chairman doing conspiracy theories. You got Joe doing his, he's got horse racing. He's got sports. He's got all sorts of different things going on. So go check both of them. They're incredible. Love you guys. So tonight, we will be going through. NFL's 50 days away. We're going to be going through. There's a lot. We just talked about one of the changes in the fact that we will be, tracking all of those things happening with all the player movement, even still with Von Miller. But we're going to go back and we're going to talk about some of the things that happened already in the offseason that you might have forgotten about. And we're going to take a look and see if they're going to be studs or duds in this year's season of the NFL. And that's going to be including what IRL, how they're going to do and their actual teams on the field for their respective franchises, and also from a fantasy standpoint. So we're gonna kind of diagnose what we think on both of those sides. So stay tuned for that. We also, again, have the ESPYs going on. ESPYs are going right now. I always miss the ESPYs. I never, ever end up seeing the ESPYs live. We're either, doing the show, or I'm always doing something during the ESPYs. So, like, I always catch up through social media. Shane Gillis is the host for tonight. And I wanted to check in on some of that. So we'll start out the show with a little bit of some
APC, what's new about the Australians in the
Twitters.
NFL or NBA?
Any Australian drafted in the NFL or NBA?
Well, most of the Australians here are punters, but there's one guy who made Scotty unreasonably upset when we were looking through the all quarter century team. Jordan Mailata.
Jordan Mailata. Don't bring up Jordan Mailata on our. It might not go well.
I've been wanting to use that on him, like in Quiplash or something, but I couldn't never find the right time to do that.
And there's plenty of it's amazing Eagles. Not amazing enough to be on the quarter century all century team, whatever it was that they put out.
All quarter century team.
Quarter century team. So yeah, not quite to that level, but he's good. Don't worry, he's good. And you still got Josh Giddey in the NBA, right? So Love Island recap time. You watching Love Island? Keep close. So I was behind the 8 ball on Love Island. I didn't watch it, and I'm not watching it, but I got sucked into Bachelor in Paradise, which is just equally as trash. So that's kind of where I'm at. By the way, shout out to Keep Close. Go give him a follow. Go give him some love as well. His link is in the chat. Go do it. Yeah. So I'm missing out on all the references for Love Island. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to ever go back and rewatch at any point, but it's not on the radar right now. I got Bachelor in Paradise has me hooked right now, though. Bachelor in Paradise, like, I don't have drama in my life technically. I don't have a lot, so I need to get it from somewhere. So my wife and I will throw on twice a week. We'll keep tabs on it. We'll watch what kind of just train wreck and dumpster fire of a relationship that these people are building on the beach.
Wait, Keep Close. What do you mean by like what's like me in Pittsburgh?
It's like Rick.
What's like me?
It's like Rick in Pittsburgh.
I don't know what that's referring to.
Like Bachelor in Paradise, Rick in Pittsburgh.
Sure, I don't. Okay.
You're a bachelor in Pittsburgh, maybe. But yeah, Bachelor in Paradise. My favorite American TV show is The Rocky. You mean The Rockies?
In Paradise. Okay.
Bachelor in His Paradise. Yeah. So you're the Bachelor in Paradise in Pittsburgh. Correct. That's where you slot in.
Okay.
I got to work in 7 hours though. That's fine. Go for it, Storch. Get to bed for 3 a.m.
Sounds fun.
Thanks for stopping in, Storch. No food all day. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are joining us here. So we will be diving in here in a quick second, but go ahead, hit that follow button if you're new. We are live every Wednesday and Sunday right now. We have Sundays. We're doing a lot of community nights. It's Jackbox, community fun and games. We're doing that. Maybe we'll mix it up at some point. We still haven't made it through all the Jackbox sets, though. We haven't played all the games, and we still have a bunch of different variations and packs, Jackbox packs that we haven't even opened yet. So we're probably still going to be doing that this Sunday. So if you guys love to play games and you love to be, interactive with us here on ActionLab Sports, make sure you guys tune into Sunday's show. We'll do a little bit more of that. So otherwise, it's Rec and myself holding down the fort tonight. Did you watch the MLB All-Star game? APC says. I didn't until like probably I got a notification that it was tied. And so I went to go turn it on and I saw that it was in a swing off. And then I kind of got into it. And then I saw that there was like we heard a little bit about it, but leading up. But Kyle Schwarber, 3 home runs to give the National League a 4-3 victory in the swing off. First ever swing off. We've never had one. And that's what determined the National League to be the winners in this year's All-Star game. Now,
also in that game, the NL had a 6-0 lead and choked it.
Because the NL is...
And guess who was the closer that gave up the final couple of runs?
Who was it?
Think about it. From one of your teams.
Is it my boy from the Mets?
Mr. Trumpet Man himself.
I figured.
Edwin Diaz.
It's all right. I mean, he gave up a couple runs. It's fine. I mean, it was a lot of stuff that led up to it, probably. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that led up to that. The weird thing about this was, and maybe this is the All-Star game, it just hasn't been the same recently. Featured the swing off, first time ever, only averaged 7,185,000 viewers on Fox, according to Nielsen ratings. It was the Fox's most watched telecast in Super Bowl, but it was just a 3.5% decrease from the 2024 game and the second lowest for the All-Star game. So it wasn't exactly... People weren't watching it as much.
Yeah.
People weren't watching it as much. I mean, chat, were you guys watching it? I
wasn't.
I thought... Did you? You didn't watch it, Rec?
Nope.
See,
I did see that... I did see that they were doing the... ball strike challenging system during the game.
how was that? I didn't see that. How was the...
I mean, sure enough, first inning, misses a strike 3 call. Catcher immediately challenges it. They get it overturned, strikeout. I think it was Tarek Skubal on the mound.
So, in your opinion, was it a success?
Yes. Dude, that as someone who's watched a lot of baseball this year, the ABS system can't come fast enough.
Okay. All right. So we got some positive feedback overall, it seems like. Seems like it's all right.
Yeah, it's supposed to be here next year. It can't come fast enough. They should just go do it for the last half of the season.
I mean, if it's working, let it breathe a little bit, you know? Keep it roll. I'm all about technology in sports when if it's done right and it's bringing into something that is needed, that solves a problem, like the whole thing in football where we got rid of the old men chain gang, right? I mean, Captain Urban, I am with you a little bit. There needs to be some human error. I get that.
I mean, look, it does. I get what you're saying, but when the human error costs a game and then gets people ejected for being right, like there's a fine line between. Again, there will still be human error because it's not like you challenge every single pitch all the time.
Complaining about the umps is so much fun. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I think there needs to be a healthy balance, checks and balances. That's all.
Yeah, because the umpires currently have no checks. It's like, oh, you think I'm wrong? You're out of the game. I don't like you.
What's up, Piglet? How we doing? Good to have you in. Let's see. Rugby League is coming to Las Vegas next year. Is it? Everything's coming to Las Vegas. We have the F1 is in Vegas. You got hockey. You got football. I mean, everything's coming to Vegas. Everything.
Baseball is going there soon.
Baseball's eventually going to be there. You got. Yeah, it's just.
I mean, that's if the Sacramento Athletics can actually get a deal done.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball, did you see that we had a sale?
Not
talking about Chris sale.
There was a say. It was $1 billion? I think I saw. Oh,
I have to look up the exact number, but it was the Tampa Bay Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Let's see.
I want to say Rays. It was like just a little over $1 billion.
It was 1.7 billion.
1.7 billion. Ownership group led by real estate developer Patrick Zalupski.
It bought the team from Stuart Steinberg, which, by the way, Steinberg, he was one of like the really cheap owners where it's like the whole thing, like, yeah, we need a cap floor. He's one of the guys that makes it. He's one of the reasons for that.
He got a nice little return on his investment. He's paid $200 million for that team in 2004. And
Joe Quails. Rumor has it NFL is going to be in Vegas soon. Sorry, squirrel brain.
NFL is coming to Australia and UFC. You mean to play a game? Like to play a game? Where's the MVP of Jackbox games tonight? Sleeping on the job? Basically. He's chilling in Disney right now.
He ran away because he hates losing so much, and now he's ashamed.
Who knows? It is Eastern time over there where he's at in Florida. Maybe before he goes to bed, he'll pop on and he'll join us and chat with us for a little bit.
He's probably already asleep. It's 10:30.
He's probably already asleep. Yeah. You're probably not off there. So you had the trade. You had the sale for them in the Major League Baseball. Then you also had Bradley Beal in the NBA. Bradley Beal buyout with the Suns. He's going to be joining the LA Clippers, which means I don't know what that means. Not a lot. Clippers get a little bit better. I'm not too worried. The Suns are a shit show. They're a mess. Yeah. So they're not going to be doing much this season.
They're going to suck.
They're the most, I don't know what they're doing. But the Clippers, I mean, all of a sudden you look up and you have Kawhi, you have James Harden. I mean, you're starting to actually see a little bit. I don't know. James Harden needs the ball in his hands. You got Kawhi, who's got the ball in his hands a lot of times. Now you have Bradley Beal. They signed Brooke Lopez. Norman Powell went to Miami in a 3-team deal. But John Collins came over in that deal. So the Clippers are like, they have a bunch of star power, but they kind of remind me of the Suns West. Like, we talked about the Suns, right? Being a
and now
team
they have Bradley Beal.
that were like, oh, the Suns, they have KD, Bradley Beal, Booker, Devin Booker. Man, they're stacking a team. It feels kind of like they just took the Suns star and just took him out to LA, and they're like, all right, let's just throw a bunch of big names out here and see what happens. I don't know. I don't have a.
When was the last time the Clippers didn't just throw big names out? With
no cohesion? They just do anything they want at this point. So yeah, I'm not super big on the. I don't think that moves the needle too much for me for the Clippers by any means, but you know, it's a move. It's something. As far as the NBA Finals goes, it's like they're still. I want to say they're still 18-1 behind Minnesota, LA, Orlando. And then all the other top contenders, obviously, are above them. So it's not like it moved the needle too much.
Yeah.
Maybe he will be back happier. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, you Scotty. Maybe he is in the happiest place on earth, right?
Unless you're a parent.
Unless you're a parent and you are spending an absorbent amount of money on food and drinks.
By the way, it's hot.
It's what?
It's hot. He's in Florida in the summer.
Oh,
it's hot.
Oh, yeah. He's sweating his ass off. I'll tell you that. He is not feeling comfortable. He's pumping that AC in that hotel room. I'll tell you. Have you seen
He's drinking all the beers he can.
Have you seen Caitlin Clark is invited to a 3-point competition? She would win. I haven't seen anything like that. Is she? Oh, WNBA 3-point contest. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I was like, oh, are they doing something with the NBA this year where they're including her in some sort of gimmicky thing for the NBA like they did with Ionescu a couple years back? Like, nah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, throw her in the 3-point contest. That's cool with me. Speaking of, I've heard, Twitter's blowing up with a bunch of things going on with the ESPYs tonight. So I wanted to start out the show taking a look. I don't think the full monologue is out yet, but I wanted to see what Shane Gillis had to say. I don't think I've been able to find it.
Well, that's probably a good chance to look as well.
So let's go ahead. Let's dive in, and we're gonna get to some NFL stuff. Like I said, we have a big show tonight. We're gonna talk about NFL, fantasy football, and just kind of how these impact your team in general. For all the players who moved teams so far this offseason. So we're gonna dive into that. Just you wait, and then we're gonna wrap things up right after that.
While you look for that, I found more breaking news.
What do we got? Breaking news?
49ers second round pick Alfred Collins has signed his rookie deal. There's the whole thing about rookies getting fully guaranteed contracts.
Okay.
This is Collins' deal will have 88% of his deal guaranteed, which is still a huge jump over last year's $10.3 million deal with $9 million guaranteed. So now that that's been signed, a lot of second rounders should be getting signed. So now that there is some more like precedent to not take fully guaranteed this year.
Seems about right. I think, we'll start seeing a lot of movement. I think. I mean, there was a lot we were waiting for, and that should close things out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up. Let's see. What do we want here? Let's.
Can't draft Justin Tucker this year. What's even the point of playing fantasy?
All right. So
you could always draft the Wizard of Oz.
Let's go ahead and see what's happening. I haven't seen any of these. I've just been seeing Twitter blow up about some of the jokes that Shane Gillis is hosting the ESPYs tonight, and we'll go through some of the winners and things. But I always like to watch the monologues. I'm a Saturday Night Live kind of guy. I love watching certain people do the monologues, and ESPYs are always good because they're just getting roasted. Athletes that you typically see, and Shane Gillis is one of those guys where he's so dry. He's so like I've also seen so far mixed reviews. People either love him or you hate him. As far as what there's no in between. And like, I think a lot of people don't understand Shane Gillis's humor. So I've already, spoiler alert, seen like some of the reviews that people are like, oh man, this was awkward. This was that. I'll be the judge of what's awkward and what, is good. So let's go ahead.
As someone who is awkward, oh no, exactly.
So I'm just going to bring up a bunch of clips. Like, I don't have the full monologue, so we're just going to listen to a bunch here, see what he has to say about some of the best athletes in the world.
To host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason.
Media Trump joke.
It's an alien joke. What are you booed up there, dude? Shut up.
All right, Juan Soto joke, alien joke. Okay, I get it. Good. I mean, it's funny. See what else we got here.
That was just one small clip.
Yeah, no, these are just all little mini clips because I can't get like the full video. So these are just Twitter clips.
New York Knicks had a great season. Hell yeah. Karl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl.
We all know it's Karl Anthony Towns is Zesty. Zesty Karl Anthony Towns.
Zesty.
Oh, yeah. You can't. Yeah. If you don't know go Google Carl Anthony Towns and Zesty. You'll have some insanely funny clips of what that's like. All right, so Carl Anthony Towns joke. Let's see what else we got here.
I didn't write this. Put your hands where my eyes can see is what they say when Deshaun Watson gets a massage. I disagree as well. I swear to God, I didn't want to tell it.
Okay, Deshaun Watson catching some heat a little bit here. All right, got some Deshaun Watson. What else do we got? Let's see. Okay, here's another one. See what we got here.
Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York...
All right, so we got a little Epstein joke, which, by the way, that's in the news a lot now. I mean, we got cover-ups. Chairman, that's up your alley. Don't worry, you can cover it on your show. We'll let you. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, here. Actually, I found the whole monologue. Finally. All right, we're going to listen to the whole monologue.
We saw a bunch of bits and pieces.
Yeah, we're going to listen to the whole thing. I think this is it.
Shane Gillis, built like a dude that hates his wife's hobbies, is the third best player on his softball team at work.
Hell yeah, bro. And now...
All right, hold on. Let me resize this a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, let's see what this is all about.
Now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble. SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble.
Hey.
Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to...
It's true. I mean, seriously. He flopped on his way into his seat and probably got everyone in foul trouble. SGA. Unbelievable. Let's see what else.
I host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien.
Yep, we heard this.
And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. Wait, who booed up there, dude? Shut up. Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC
Why is it
fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. All right.
It's got the political jokes.
It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted.
There we go.
Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York Knicks had a great season. Yeah, hell yeah. Carl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl. Shador Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado.
So it's just a bunch of
People are saying
plays.
it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism, right? All right.
Shador's. There's that Shador.
It's a big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
Oh. Self-burn.
There you go. Lighten up a little.
Lighten up a little.
This is not serious. We'll see about this one. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women. There's one thing I want to say before I get out of here, and this is a dumb joke. You guys aren't going to like it, but it's just a Norm Macdonald joke that I loved when he hosted the ESPYs, and I'm going to do it now. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case they can take that away from you. Well...
Is that an OJ joke, of course.
From the makers of Draft Day.
Oh, is this what is it?
And other movies your dad watches on planes.
How do you get stuffed at the one 3 times? Do I need a new center?
No, we need new coaching. Comes the true story of a real game changer.
Gentlemen, fighting is not the answer. Winning is the answer.
Who the hell are you?
Well, hold on, Coach. Let him speak.
You guys are getting stuffed. Can't get short yardage. Football's a game of inches. Right now, you guys aren't getting those inches. But I have a play. Been dreaming about it my whole life. It requires the entire offense acting as one.
Yeah.
A play that cannot be stopped.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Come on, Coach.
One team.
One team.
One heartbeat. You guys want to hear about the play? You guys want to hear the play? All right. Picture this. You're going to line up at center, all right? JT, you're going to line up right behind him. We're going to get 2 guys behind you. This is where the play gets good. At the snap, you dive right into his butt.
What? No, I don't.
And then both those guys behind him are going to grab him by the hips and shove him even harder into your butt.
No, I don't. That doesn't even sound like a good idea.
Hold on. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Then we're going to pull, maybe a tackle, maybe a tight end. Get more meat
More
behind you.
players?
More meat. Think about it. 10 guys barging right into your back door.
I can't. Is that even a legal play?
Yes.
That didn't make sense, man. That's not how I play football.
You guys play losing football. You want to win? We're going to ride your butt right to the championship.
Can you draw it up?
Behold, my masterpiece. That's 10 dreamers, 10 guys working together as one unit. Each one of those arrows represents your friends and your buddies for life. Shoving right in you for a common goal. Driving. Get under the cheeks. Explode.
No, man. Hey, can I take my claps back? I like it. Shut
JT
up,
McClellan.
JT.
I need like a JT. I got news for you. You're getting pounded too.
This is my fault. This went a different way than I thought it was going to go.
Don't you guys even want to know what it's called?
I mean, does it have a cool name?
Tush Push. Origins.
The weaker, softer teams are going to have to get together and vote against it, like cowards. Can you imagine being a football team and going and complaining about a play working too well? That's what's going to happen. Pathetic, right?
It all comes from a janitor. Who knew?
Joe Quills, but I'm exit only.
That's
No,
how,
Joe, you're getting... Okay, I'll stop.
you guys didn't realize we're watching a throwback of what actually took place, documentary of the Tush Push origins. Just so you know.
We're going to take the tush and push it
Hey,
somewhere
I'm here with
else.
Coach Sirianni. Coach, did you come up with that play?
Yeah, as a staff, we did, yeah.
It's kind of weird that you guys did that, right?
It was kind of exactly how you just showed it right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you must be a football genius to come up with a play like that.
We got these big guys behind me right here that
Yo, hey, yo.
does that pushing.
All right, my bad, Coach.
All right. All right, fair enough. All right. Some highlights, some interesting clips there from Shane Gillis and the ESPYs. So, I don't know. I think people don't understand Shane Gillis as much, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think he cracks me up, man. I know Scotty loves Shane Gillis. So, hey, It's probably not going to be the highest rated ESPYs by any means, but at least some people might get some enjoyment out of it. Speaking of ESPYs, we got some of the winners already announced.
Yep, I've got the list up here.
So,
best championship performance.
Best championship performance.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. Okay. I mean, what more can you say about Simone Biles, right? Simone Biles. You have best play is Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle, which is one of the most electric plays you'll ever see. So
and it's now on the Madden cover.
It's on the mat. I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know. So
imagine being a Jaguars fan, like, hey, we're on the Madden cover this year.
For all the wrong reasons. Like,
bruh.
Sorry, Jags. So best play, Saquon Barkley. Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award, Sloane Stevens. I don't
never heard of her in my life.
Let's see. Grand Slam winner. Off-court achievements let her.
I guess she plays tennis.
Let's see. Is it bad that we don't know?
Yeah, Joe Quote, tennis player won the U.S. Open once.
Okay, tennis player.
Best breakthrough athlete. Here you go, APC.
There you
Alona
go.
Maher, USA Rugby.
USA Rugby for breakthrough athlete. So shout out Rugby. There you go. Jimmy V Award for perseverance. Always a good one. I always love me a good Jimmy
Someone
V.
else I don't know of.
Katie, I think she's isn't that a coach for like? Is she a coach somewhere in college?
Maybe, I don't know. Someone would have to tell me.
I think she's a coach somewhere. Let's see. Let's click on her. Oh, Penn State.
Yeah, Joker was Penn State.
Penn State. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume she's maybe battling something. If she's part of the Jimmy V Award for perseverance. So shout out. Icon Award. Man, they got awards for everything, don't they? Alex Morgan and Diana Taurasi. So Diana Taurasi, WNBA. Alex Morgan, U.S. Women's National Team. Both end up getting the Icon Award. So shout out to them. Best athlete from women's sports. Simone Biles is just cleaning up at this ESPY Awards. Simone Biles, USA Gymnastics, crushing it.
Players of the year.
Pat Tillman Award for service. We went out to some of the firefighters in Los Angeles. Good for them.
It's spicy.
Gatorade Player of the Year. Let's see,
Kane Hedingren and Cam
Boozer. Best comeback athlete, Suni Lee. USA Gymnastics is just reeling in award after award. Billie Jean King Youth Leadership Award goes to a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah, Mega Ramanathan and Ian Waite.
Pronounce those names again. I don't even know.
Rasheen Tandon, Mega Ramanathan, and Ian Waite.
Let's see.
Oscar Robinson for courage and best athlete in men's. Shea Alexander.
SGA from Oklahoma City Thunder is the best athlete in men's sports, which, sure, I don't know. I mean, who were the other nominees, I guess? I would like to see who the other nominees were.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else?
That is it for now.
I'm like looking.
Yeah. This is why I don't like. I mean, it's not just the ESPYs, like, quick little rant. Every award show you ever see, like, so many of the winners are people you've never heard of before. Like, I remember earlier this year, we were talking about the Grammys being on, and the winning movie was one that none of us have heard before.
What award show was that?
The Grammys, I believe.
I thought the Grammys was music.
I mean, it was whatever
like the Academy Awards or the Golden...
the Oscars.
Oscars. Oh, yeah, Oscars.
Yeah. All of it's just all of these award shows have winners where you don't even know what's going on.
And then ESPN has like the fashion. They have the fashion of the ESPYs. and literally nothing stands out. There's nobody in here that's like, oh yeah, that's a nice, unique outfit. No, I think Suni Lee was the only one, and had outside of that, they're all like just regular suits. SGA looks like he's a mob boss with his gray suit, and like looks like he's got like 50 layers on. I don't know how.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Yeah. So not much excitement there.
Yeah.
So shout out. Joe Quill's in the chat. Team of the year, Philadelphia Eagles. Is that true?
That's probably him.
Or is
that's
that you saying that?
Because he's an Eagles fan.
is that just you saying that, Joe? Or are you Haley Van Lith? Hot.
Team of the year, TC. No, Cube Club. It was just announced, sure, Joe. Whatever you say.
Joe, really, Joe? Really? Are you sure? I mean, I know they won the Super Bowl, so let's see. I don't know if there's.
I mean, even then, you can make an argument for the Dodgers being above them. The Dodgers last year being better. Oh, we do have another one. Best record-breaking performance.
Alexander Ovechkin. I mean, that was the biggest record beat, right? There wasn't any other big.
It has to be.
There wasn't any other in sports like major records that I can.
Okay, yep, Joe did confirm. According to the ESPN on Twitter, Eagles win best team.
Okay, well there you go. Eagles win the best team after their Super Bowl win. So shout out to the Eagles. So ESPYs still going strong right now.
I wouldn't call it strong, but it's still going.
Yeah, you're right.
It's going. It's a thing that's currently happening.
It's going. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a reason why. Like, do you guys? I mean, realistically, chat. Do you guys get excited about the ESPYs?
I don't get excited about any award show.
Like, I think the most like because you could catch up on most award shows the next day on Twitter or like later on at night. Like that's, I feel like social media has taken away a lot of like the excitement of what used to be award shows.
Like I said, no, it's not even that. Like I said, it's just people where like the winners are people you've never heard of before.
Well, that too, and then I think also too, it's just like I've never been an award show person, so yeah.
There's this one female country singer. Most people don't know her name. Most people don't know she's a 2-time Grammy Award winner. The only thing she knows was that last year she had one of the worst national anthem performances ever.
I don't watch that shit. Man might have gotten excited. See, like, and here's the thing, like, you know, like I said, I could always catch up on social media for anything, and yeah, it makes me watching this non-existent. I just don't get into it.
Yeah.
So I'll find out the next day. I'll be like, cool, who won? Great, that's it. Boom, on to the next. Okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and shift gears, and let's talk about
real sports.
Let's talk about NFL. We got NFL 50 days away, guys. 50 days. We're almost there. And we need to starting to get into the rhythm of talking some football. We have so many teams that are doing some final adjustments as they get closer to training camp, get closer to the first preseason game, because then we're going to start looking a little bit deeper at all these different rosters. Then we're going to get into fantasy football. Then we're going to start drafting our teams. We're going to have multiple teams here on this channel that we always have fun with you guys playing fantasy football. So we're going to get that going. We're going to have all of our previews. We're going to have everything all season long. And it just seems fitting that we're 50 days out. We should start talking some football. But the thing is there's been a lot of movement over the offseason. There's been a lot of teams moving back and forth, making changes, trying to improve their chances of winning some more games this year and trying to get into the playoffs and win that Super Bowl. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the players in new places from a couple different lenses. We're going to do it from a fantasy standpoint, and we're also going to do it from and how are they going to do in real life standpoint as well? Because there are a lot of players that could be altering the way your team looks or your fantasy team looks based off of who you might be drafting when it comes to some of these players. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to dive in and we're going to take a look at some of these. And Rec, I think we just start out with your boys, because your boys made a lot of moves. So you have a handful. You have Jonnu Smith coming in. You have Jalen Ramsey.
You got DK.
You got DK Metcalf, and you have Aaron Rodgers. So let's just start with that. Let's start with some of these. Now, let's start with Jonnu Smith. We'll go there first, because obviously, there's fantasy implications and how they're going to be doing in real life. Is he going to be a stud or is he going to be a dud? And I think Jonnu Smith feels to me like he might be a stud in some aspects, but I worry. I'm trying to not. I might stay away from him for a couple reasons. I think it's a bust for Pat Freiermuth in his fantasy value, because here's the thing: you got Jonnu Smith reuniting with Arthur Smith, who coached him in Tennessee
and Atlanta.
So you have a couple different things. So that's why I think they're gonna lean on him a little bit more in this offense. And I just think if you're a Pat Freiermuth on this team, I think his fantasy value is probably not where you want it to be. I just think, you have is Darnell Washington still there as well?
Yeah, he's still there.
And Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth. So you can use a lot of tight ends to put together different.
I'm back.
Hey,
all right,
Evo.
Do you mean where Scotty? Because Chrissy is right here. Which way am I pointing? Yeah,
this guy
right here.
Scotty is in Florida. He is enjoying. He's enjoying Disney, or not enjoying Disney, with whatever you want. He's out for this show and Sunday's show. So just a heads up there. So Jonnu Smith, just recapping. I think he's a stud in this offense. I think I would trust him of all the options. And again, 1 year, $12 million, I think extension that he signed. And then I think from a fantasy standpoint, bust for Pat Freiermuth. I wouldn't touch him. I don't think he's going to be upside fantasy value there. So
the big thing with that, Arthur Smith loves running 2 and 3 tight end sets.
Yep.
So you will see probably at least half the game Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith on the field at the same time. There's not really any good wide receiver options except maybe Jawan Jennings as trade, but that's it. So it sounds like the Steelers want to use Jonnu Smith as a slot receiver, tight end, fullback. So Pat Freiermuth is still tight end 1. And Jonnu Smith is more of the Sean Payton kind of player.
Yeah.
Which in Denver, what y'all call again, the Joker? Jonnu Smith would be the Joker for Pittsburgh, hypothetically. Freiermuth would be tight end 1. I do think both have a lot of fantasy value. The one thing I'm concerned with Jonnu Smith, he and Arthur Smith played with each other a lot. Or they were on the same team a lot. He coached, he played, whatever. Smith didn't really have his quote-unquote breakout season until last year away from Arthur Smith with the Miami Dolphins. So it's not like those two are going to explode with each other. I wouldn't call either of them studs or duds, more just mid-tier, maybe 6 touchdowns each.
6 touchdowns each? Do you think it's going to be like that? I don't know. I just if you're asking me, I'm not gambling on my fantasy team to be having to figure out which tight end is going to have it this week. And I just
exactly.
That's not.
Both of them would probably be if you can get them in the later rounds as value, you can. The problem is tight ends suck in fantasy every
True.
year. And with Travis Kelce declining, that makes it even worse. So, yeah.
So I
have fun picking a good tight end.
I think I trust Jonnu more, like actual, like outside of fantasy football on this team more so than I do anything else. Yeah. So that's just where I'm at there. Jalen Ramsey coming in. I mean, I know we're not talking
that's defense.
That's defense, so it's not really. I think, but just from an in real life standpoint, I think this feels more kind of like a dud to me than anything else. I like this. I feel like those a lot of like lateral moves, right? Because you lost Fitzpatrick, right?
Exactly what I was gonna say.
It's like you're trading one good player for another, or you're. I mean, Ramsey's 30 years old, right?
And here's the problem. So obviously you have Joey Porter on one side. You sign Darius Slay on the outside. You sign Brandon Eccles. You still have Beanie Bishop. Where's Jalen Ramsey going to play? Is he going to move to safety where you're essentially downgrading at the position? Is he going to take snaps away from Darius Slay, who may or may not have a knee injury? The trade. I said it I said the first stream after it happened, but the trade itself does not make sense for the Steelers at all.
It's a short-term patch rather than a long-term solution. It's basically what it is.
This is one of the more pathetic all-in pushes from a team. The only one more pathetic was last year when Jerry Jones declared that they were going all-in, and he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's not looking great, and it seems very desperate. It feels very desperate from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your boys, they're trying to make moves, and they're trying to get some names and shifting things around. We're going to shift to Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf here now, and it's like I think both from a fantasy and actual, I think both of these guys are going to be kind of a bust. Rodgers, obviously, they're the bust category for these. Rodgers turning 42, oldest quarterback in the NFL, like his
oldest player.
Well, and like his fit, like Metcalf's playing style. I think like Aaron Rodgers likes to like have precise route runners, Devontae Adams, and some of the guys that like. I mean, Metcalf is
Alan
more
Lazard.
Alan Lazard, and like Randall Cobb. Maybe they'll bring Randall Cobb. Is Randall Cobb? He's 40. They can bring him back, right?
I'm a man.
Don't take him out of retirement.
So I just think like the fit with Rodgers and like how he fits with Metcalf, I think is kind of clunky. I mean, between Robert Wood, Darius Slay, I mean, there's just like it's just it all.
Woods might not even make the 53-man roster. He's a non-factor in this conversation.
It feels all so desperate, and it just doesn't feel like it's gonna.
It is desperation because from the reports I've seen, most of the Steelers staff didn't want Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you heard Cameron Hayward on his podcast, like, I'm not going to give him a pitch. If you want to be Steeler, you don't. I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
But Mike Tomlin, who is the loudest voice, wanted him, so he gets what he wants.
Yeah, I just think there's synergy issues with this team. I think there's, especially with the players that you want and need to be good. I think there's going to be some. So from a fantasy standpoint, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, I struggle to like. I don't want to jump on those bandwagons. And just in real life, IRL, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
Every local and every local national analyst, reporter, whatever, said that the best way to utilize Aaron Rodgers is to utilize him less, like have him throw about 20 passes per game. Yeah. Like, how good are you if the best way to use you is to not?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let's be real here. So I guess if we're going on that front, then John Newman and Fryermuth, as we were talking about before, both lean towards studs.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you want someone to lean on in fantasy from Pittsburgh, Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, the two running backs. Since Caleb Johnson's a rookie, he'd be a great late round addition. He'll probably start off as the backup, and as the season goes on, he'll eventually get more and more reps, becoming the starter. So with the Steelers, you want to go for value. You don't want to reach for anyone in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
There's nobody there that's like, oh, we have to get him here while we can.
Yeah, I would be very cautious about drafting players in your fantasy league from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like DK Metcalf is still elite. But again, like he's not a route runner. He's go deep and make the receiver look bad. He's the only addition that's really a needle mover, him over Pickens.
yeah. So speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they gave up and moved off is George Pickens to the Cowboys. Cowboys also got Javonte Williams, in case you missed that. So let's talk about the Cowboys a little bit. So
right.
do I trust these to be studs or duds?
As a Broncos fan, you've seen Javonte.
I am a stud on... I will say I'm a stud on George Pickens. I will say that. George Pickens, I think, fits the Cowboys. Cowboys, I mean, when they're clicking, they're a top 10 offense in points, plays, pace, pass rate. This is the best quarterback that I think. I mean, this will be a quarterback upgrade for Pickens in this situation in Dallas. So he obviously showed career best in marks and route running, efficiency, all sorts of different metrics. You do have to worry about his antics a little bit, and like the fact, but we all kind of said it on a previous show where he's going to be good for a year, right? Like he's going to be excited to be in Dallas. He's going to have that honeymoon phase of being with a new team. He's going to have a good year. He's going to work with Dak really, really well. So I think that's an upgrade for Dak, for him to be able to have a weapon for, some big plays downfield. And so, yeah, I think that if you're looking at a player that has more upside now than he will like 2 years from now, I think you're looking at a stud from that standpoint. Javonte Williams, I worry about a little bit the explosiveness. I've seen him in Denver. If he could get behind a good offensive line and be able to move behind that Dallas offensive line efficiently, I think he could be good. He's a decent option for them, but I'm definitely higher on Pickens in both just for the Cowboys and for fantasy.
Yeah. So what I saw when Pickens was with the Steelers, when the Steelers won, you never heard a negative thing out of Pickens. It was perfect when they won. He's a great team player. He's maturing. Everything is going great.
And then
when the Steelers lost,
It's a trap!
That's when you would see the outbreaks.
Yeah.
So obviously with a new head coach and Brian Schottenheimer, unknown coach, like you don't know what you're going to get out of him at all. We don't know what's going to happen. Now, again, Cowboys do, especially Dak Prescott, do tend to thrive on weaker opponents. So when they do go up against the likes of like the Giants and other bottom feeders, yeah, Pickens, he's going to be blocking. He's going to be working his ass off. Everything's going to be great. But what happens when you go up against the Eagles? Like all these other top teams, the Lions. It's going to happen then. That's when you'll see the real George Pickens. So, I mean, it sounds obvious, but if you're taking him in fantasy, start him against the easy opponents. Bench him against the actual real teams.
Just bench him against the
bench him because he's not going to do much. He's going to get frustrated. He's going to drag the team down with him.
just
again,
don't play
on the good
it.
Teams.
Just don't play one of your best players against the best teams in the NFL. Just
yeah.
Because
I'm saying in fantasy, not actually for the Cowboys.
Oh, for fantasy. Okay.
Yeah, for fantasy. But yeah, like there was a game a couple years ago, Steelers Ravens. Very rainy game. Pickens got 0 targets. Never got looked at. After the game was over, Mason Rudolph was in the post-game presser. Like, he was amazing out there. He was a great teammate. He was still blocking. He was still working well. He had a block that set up a rushing touchdown. He did his job, and he is maturing. And a very mature game. Because the Steelers won, so he didn't have a complaint.
Well, we'll see what happens this year with Dallas. Dallas, it better go well. I mean, Dallas has been kind of struggling the last couple of years and trying to figure out how they could get over the hump when it comes to actually getting to the playoffs and winning a playoff game because they haven't proven they can do that, especially with Dak. Let's move on. Devontae Adams moved teams. In case you missed it, he is now a Los Angeles Ram. This is a stud category for both fantasy and for the Rams. This is a home run for the Rams. I mean, you have now a revamped offensive line, and you have Adams, Devontae next to Puka Nacua, potentially a top 5 offense in the league. We saw the offense popping off last year at the end of the season. We know that they're kind of a dark horse for us. They're a dark horse going into this season. I think they could have a really good chance to win that division, especially with Sean McVay's offense being able to utilize Devontae Adams. I mean, he's 32 years old. He still has the skill set of he can run the routes. You know, he's quick. He's aged like a fine wine, Rec. Devontae Adams is like a fine wine that just continues to just produce. And he's going to produce with Matt Stafford because Matt Stafford elevates everyone around him, right? So we're going to see that happen here. He's going to be a stud. Fantasy-wise, I mean, we all know, Chairman knows he loves his boy Matt Stafford as well. He's just going to be, red zone, connections in the red zone with Devontae Adams. I think there's going to be a lot to love if you have him on your fantasy team, and I think the Rams are going to get a lot out of him this season.
Yeah. I mean, you got Stafford throwing those bullets. You got to have strong receivers that don't really drop the ball much. Devontae Adams, usually good hands, doesn't drop the ball. Exactly what Stafford needs. He do get that veteran presence as they load up on youth around him and around Stafford. Because the whole team lives and dies around Stafford. Once he gets hurt, the season's over.
Yeah. No, I think the Rams are one of the more interesting teams for me. I just think that there's a lot to... if they can improve their defense, which I think, obviously their defense wasn't good last year, and they were still able to find ways to really have their offense carry that team. And just a testament, again, to the coaching and everything else that they have in place. But you just bolstered this offense for Matt Stafford, and it's hard for me to say that they're not going to be a team to look over your shoulder at and be like, man, keep an eye out for them when they make the playoffs, because if they didn't have to go to that cold game in Philly
where it
was snowy, and I mean, obviously, yeah, that's just how it worked out with the seating and everything else, but they still had, there were some points in that game where you were like, maybe they have a chance. And then all of a sudden, it kind of fell apart on them with the weather. But still, keep an eye out for the Rams. I love. I think that's a stud move and stud for both the Rams and your fantasy league.
I'm going to stay in LA here for a second.
Yep.
Because we did have some more breaking news today coming out of their camp.
What do we got?
Their new acquisition, running back Najee Harris, is expected to start the training camp on the NFI list, the non-football injury list.
Because he blew his face off with a firework?
Yes.
Bruh.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Like, come on, man. We got fireworks. Fireworks?
So
Jason Pierre-Paul called. He was like, now he's got part of the club now. He's part of the club.
Yeah, he suffered what's called a superficial injury to his eyelid.
Dumb. How that happens is beyond me. My 5-year-old daughter burned her hand on a sparkler, and it was like, yeah, you can understand that. A grown man getting blasted in the face with, there was a funny meme where it was like a styrofoam head getting blasted. It was like a kind of a PSA, like watch out for fireworks.
Yeah.
And it was just a mortar shell popping out and blowing this styrofoam head clean off this mannequin's body. And it was like, yeah, this is what Najee Harris is this year.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, in the Jim Harbaugh offense, a run-first offense, Najee could thrive if he's used right. Being like downhill, north to south guy doesn't do well, east to west.
Najee he's a guy that he'll
get you 3 yards a carry. he's gonna get you 3 yards. He's not gonna like break a big one. He's not gonna get stuffed. He's gonna push through for a little bit, and that's that.
I think like Najee Harris. I talk a lot about this, like boring players that produce. Najee Harris is a boring player that I just don't really want.
He's boring and he doesn't. The only thing that's not boring about him is his press conferences where he gets pissed off at everyone.
Yeah. Let's keep it out there, out west though. Let's keep it out west. Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp, Seattle Seahawks. So you have a couple new weapons out there in Seattle. And I think
Sam Darnold a bust.
And this is going to be bust all over him. But just between fantasy and in real life, overall team outcome for this one, I just don't love anything about it. It's like it's a downgrade at both quarterback and receiver, right? Because one, I think when it comes to Cooper Kupp, are you going to get a healthy Cooper Kupp?
Real quick. Imagine saying like 3 years ago, imagine saying that Sam Darnold is a downgrade to Geno Smith. I'm not saying you're wrong. No. I'm just saying that's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, I mean, I just think when it comes to Geno Smith and DK Metcalf, who was obviously we talked about traded away to the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's just like it's so underwhelming. Like Kupp is almost borderline. You can consider him, I wouldn't say washed, because I think when he's healthy, he's good.
He just hasn't been healthy. And then Sam Darnold is, I don't know, is he in a more of a run-heavy offense? Is he going to have any kind of upside, whether it's fantasy or whether it's for the Seattle Seahawks? I don't love it. I just don't love what that looks like either way. Seattle offense is one of the like limited production from a fantasy standpoint. Like I don't want to touch anyone from this offense. Maybe Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yeah, Jason, that's about it.
Maybe, but like, I've
got a couple problems. Like, for one, like Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's a slot guy, right?
Basically, he can be.
Where does Cooper Kupp fit then?
Yeah,
Cooper Kupp is a pure. Well, you're going to run like 2 slots and no outside wideouts?
Well, it's perfect because Cooper Kupp's going to be injured for most of the season. So Jackson Smith and Jigba will be that.
I mean,
I mean, so it doesn't
And then when did Sam Darnold struggle last year? He didn't struggle much, but when did he struggle? Under pressure.
Yeah.
And who the hell is blocking for him? You have a bunch of rookies and nothing really set in stone. Like sure, the first round pick will probably be good, but you don't have much on the offensive line. He is going to get run over in the pocket. Yeah,
I don't love anything going. I know SDG. Yeah. Sorry, SDG, if you're out there. He probably his ears are burning right now. I'm sure you're not super stoked about it either. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
just
close your eyes and think about this, right? Close your eyes and just say, this NFL season, my quarterback is Sam Darnold, and my wide receiver is Cooper Kupp.
Let me see who they have behind them. Hang on.
Don't love it. Don't love it.
Who the hell is playing wide receiver for the Seahawks?
I mean, JSN. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I mean, that reaction. That reaction. I don't know.
There are others. So obviously, 3 wide out, 1 tight end. The third string wide receiver, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oof.
And then behind them, you have Torrey Horton and Jake Bobo. Cody White is still a thing. How?
There's going to be a lot of this going on in Seattle. There's going to be a lot of. It's the only way you're going to get through the games.
That
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, maybe you pick him up in fantasy, but yeah, no, that offense is ugly.
Yeah. Sorry, Seattle. Sorry. Don't love that for you guys. Speaking of Geno Smith, let's transition. Speaking of Geno, to the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders. How I see this. This is more of a stud for the Raiders in real life, more so than I love for fantasy, but I still think he could be decent with fantasy because there's a couple things here, right? I mean, from a actual like fit with Pete Carroll, obviously Pete Carroll, the Raiders, he's going to make them more competitive week to week. Pete Carroll raises the floor of this team more so than anything else, and like the offensive line has also seen some improvement as well. And I think that from having a decent offensive line, we talked about the offensive line in Seattle. I think that Geno is going to have a little bit more protection with the Raiders, but Pete Carroll just knows how to raise the level of the floor for any team that he's on. So I think that from just a pure standpoint, I like what he's going to be able to do for Geno Smith. From a fantasy, I'm kind of back and forth, right? You got Brock Bowers, right? I think he's going to be one of the best options for Geno Smith to push the ball downfield. I also think too, like you got some like a rookie running back. You got Ashton Genty, who's that's a nice little piece there. We'll see. Jacoby Myers.
How is Myers still a wide receiver 1 in this league?
I
would say dud for Geno Smith at fantasy wise. Like, he'll be a backup. He'll be a backup on your fantasy team.
He's not a top option. He most likely won't get drafted in most fantasy leagues.
I'm running a 12-team league for another Discord server. I guarantee you, he's not going to be a starter.
Yeah,
he might get picked up in the 14th round.
I honestly think in a lot of your fantasy leagues, he's going to be available for you to pick up. Undrafted free agent to pick up if you would like. I just don't. I mean, you look at the AFC West, right? You got the Broncos defense, you have the Chiefs defense, you have
the Chargers. You have a lot of talent, not a lot of production.
Yeah, so I think it's a challenging division for any quarterback to succeed in. So I just think there's like the limited expectations for me. Now, is he going to be decent in that offense with Pete Carroll? Is Pete Carroll going to help him to excel? I think so, but I just don't think it's going to be what you want it to be.
Geno is not going to raise the ceiling there.
But I do think that there's some intrigue from just what he could do in that, just in real life.
Besides, outside of one particular play, what does Pete Carroll like to do?
Yeah.
Offensively. What does he like to do offensively? Pound the rock.
Pound it.
Ashton Genty's getting 30 carries a game, book it.
We'll find out. It'll be interesting. Let's move on to New York. Let's go to East Coast. Justin Fields to the New York Jets. So he is there. Right.
He's the best quarterback free agent last year. That's not really a good thing.
It's not
the best quarterback option. On the market.
Yeah, it's kind of a trap.
It's a trap.
He doesn't have a lot of. Obviously, fantasy wise, he has upside because of how much he runs. Like the Steelers didn't like using gadget plays, and they'd set up plays where everyone in the world knew Justin Fields would run, and he'd still get 9 yards. So he's still very athletic. If fantasy wise, I would lean towards stud. Production wise, I would lean towards dud because A, he's on the Jets.
Yep.
B, he's got a rookie head coach. And C, it's like just bad things always happen. Again, Fields still needs to develop. He's in year 5. Who knows if he's going to develop there? He's got some upside, but not a lot.
Yeah, you nailed it. This is exactly what I had. I had as far as he's a dud in my opinion, in the actual scheme of everything that's happening, right? When you're watching the Jets as a football team, I don't think he's going to necessarily equate to a lot of wins. And that's just basically, like you said, rookie head coach. I think there's going to be, the Jets just are a rough team. But from a fantasy standpoint, I think it's a different. I think he could be a stud just based off of his rushing upside. We look at this every single year. Just because Lamar Jackson, he might not be the best. He's great. You look at any running quarterback that can put yards up on the ground, rushing the football. I mean, he previously, Justin Fields previously had 1,000 rushing yards. It was a top 7 fantasy quarterback. Jets offensive line is above average. It's kind of it's meh.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. But it's supposed to be a run heavy. It's a run heavy offense that they're anticipating in the New York Jets season this year. So I think his fantasy value is definitely more stud than dud. But generally, if you're just watching the Jets, it's not going to be good. It's going to be a dud.
Yeah. On that note, even though Fields is a big runner, I would not take stock away from Breece Hall because you'll see a lot of read options.
Yeah.
You can have Fields keeps it, gets a bunch of yards. He hands it off to Breece Hall, who gets a bunch of yards. And then a little RPO where you throw it up to Garrett Wilson. Like I said, there's a lot of fantasy potential in this offense. Just not a lot of actual potential.
Yeah. I think he strikes me more of a high risk, high reward fantasy guy. I think he could be under the radar pick for you. Let's say you're in a double quarterback league or something, and you get down to some of these lower rounds and you see Justin Fields up there.
You take him.
You take him. I think you take a high risk, high reward fantasy pick on Justin Fields late in like a double quarterback league, and you go with it. And you see if it ends up panning out for you.
All right.
Let's go.
Oh, just Brendan. Brendan.
It's one of those things.
Anyways.
I don't mean to do that to you, Brett. It's like, oh, it's just Brendan. Brendan, thank you for being here, man, as always. So, yeah, Chairman, if you ever feel bad about your team, take a deep breath and look at this. I even do one better. I take a deep breath and think of the Browns or something like that. So, Brendan, what's going on?
So an alt account.
Alt. Welcome back. Good to see you. I know it's his first time, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, that motherfucker back there is not real.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Let's go to the Indianapolis Colts and Daniel Jones. Jones signed a 1-year, $14 million deal with the Colts. Trusting that this is a stud or dud. For me, Rec, I think this is a absolute dud in actual IRL, real life. I think this is going to be a disaster. I think this is going to be. I don't think this is going to be good at all. From a fantasy, there may be. All right, in fantasy, there's kind of this conditional aspect to him. If he starts due to Richardson's injury, I think there may be some value for one, Daniel Jones, and two, I think like Michael Pittman, which I don't always touch in fantasy. For some reason, I just always leave him off.
Michael Pittman either.
He kills me every time I even get anywhere close to my fantasy team, but could get late round value. I think that there's some world where Daniel Jones could be a sneaky fantasy option here.
Agreed entirely.
So I he's another guy that's similar when we were talking about Justin Fields, where if he's like late, you might take a flyer on him, but you have to meet all the conditions, and there's just too many conditions to worry about with who they're going to start, Richardson, when he's going to come back, what that quarterback battle is going to look like. Are they going to give him a long leash or not. I just, there's a lot of up in the air things. But if Richardson's out for a period of time, they're just letting him rest up and do his thing, and Daniel Jones has full, run of the offense. From a fantasy standpoint, sure. From a real standpoint, it's a disaster.
Yeah, I'll put it like this: if you're in the locker room, you would probably rather Daniel Jones than Anthony Richardson if you're a player. Obviously, like, Daniel Jones is a veteran. Also, like we were talking about with Fields and like with Richardson, a lot of potential in the ground game. Like, he can use his legs a lot.
I mean,
like,
goal line plays, like all sorts of. I mean, he did that with the New York Giants. I mean, he was able to get into the end zone on some of those.
Yeah. Exactly. You have, like, then I was talking about with the Jets, you have Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. A lot of read option plays that could work, and then you get those quick hitters to him, to Pittman, to Mo Alley Cox. Oh, no, who's the tight end they just drafted? Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren is. Honestly, having Tyler Warren there at tight end makes Daniel Jones more of a stud option if he starts. Because he never really had that safety blanket. Like, Evan Ingram sucked with the Giants. But yeah, you, like, as a veteran quarterback, you look for that safety valve over the middle. And that's probably what Tyler Warren could be. Like, you got to run 7 yards, catches it. A lot of potential there, a lot of potential in the ground game. And again, if Richardson, he's hurt and he sucks, Daniel Jones could start most of all the season. He would be worth, like, taking a flyer on, like, taking him, like, drafting him as a backup and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a deep cut when it comes to your fantasy draft.
Yeah, but like, I would take a flyer on him late in the draft.
But Colts fans are not going to be excited what they see on the field. I'll tell you that right now. Let's move on. Let's go to the Washington Commanders and Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel. We got studs across the board for Deebo. We got studs across the board. I think this is going to be an awesome fit here. I think you buy this is the epitome of buying the dip. When you have stocks, right, and, like, see things kind of seem down a little bit on certain players, and, like, there. I mean, there were some videos saying, circulating he's out of shape and this and that. I mean, I think this was a contract year, if I'm not mistaken, so I think he has some incentivized reasons.
At very least, he was traded, which means they could, even if it's not contract year, he could be cut.
So. But yeah, he has incentives to perform. Mm-hmm. Cliff Kingsbury, he's had some demonstrated ability to get production from various wide receivers, especially last year. So I like that. It's a screen heavy offense, which fits Deebo's kind of style of playing, which allows him to operate in space and get into line up in the backfield and do some of the things that he's used to doing and being really comfortable in. He had an all-pro season in 2021. He showed high upside, and I think that in this offense that is kind of starting to blossom in Washington with the Commanders, especially with Jaden Daniels, I like this a lot from both fantasy and for the Washington Commanders on the field in the actual real-life games. So, I think he's stud across the board for me.
I wouldn't go that far. First off, you do have the sophomore slump. Like, Dan Quinn, not exactly the greatest coach out there. Like, how is he going to do in his second year? Like, did he learn from his time in Atlanta? Is he going to fall off again? Same thing, like we saw last year, CJ Stroud took a huge dip. Him and D'Amico Ryans both fell hard. How's Jaden Daniels going to do in his second year? Obviously, he is older than most second-year quarterbacks usually are. So, like, he could be mature enough to avoid the sophomore slump, but there's still questions about that. Again, like, Deebo, he's saying he's kind of a jack of all trades, but, like, you're good at running back. You're good at wide receiver with Scary Terry and Noah Brown. he's not really a need at either position. He's solid depth all around the board. Like he's definitely like I would not take him high in the draft. I think he's a little too much of a risk for me.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, even when he was producing in San Francisco, he was also sharing a lot with Christian McCaffrey. The volume, I think, takes a step up here in this situation where I think that he's going to get enough targets. I mean, Christian McCaffrey ate a lot of those. And I do say that Christian McCaffrey was injured at times as well, which is what I think led to some of those high-level seasons and high-volume seasons in San Francisco, which got him to the point where he was a coveted option, right? So I think that this is going to be... I don't know. The sophomore slump is real. It's always going to be real. People aren't going to be, sleeping on Jaden Daniels, right? Mm-hmm. But I do think Jaden Daniels is talented enough. Is he going to have a better season than what he had last season? It's going to be tough to do that in year 2. I do think he'll be able to get production. I do think he'll be even Jaden Daniels. We'll talk about more quarterbacks and more things from a fantasy standpoint with some other teams and players in different categories moving forward, and Jaden Daniels will be a part of that. So we'll take a look at that, but it's not going to be as high of a ceiling as most people think with the sophomore slump, but he'll still produce, and I think Debo will be a beneficiary of that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Stephon Diggs. Moving on to the Patriots. Diggs, 3-year, $60 million deal. So this one, I think this is a dud across the board. Just much like we had a stud across the board for my last one, this feels like a dud. Stephon Diggs is kind of like a cancer for your fantasy team.
He's a cancer for your real team, too.
He's a cancer for your real team, too. Late season ACL tear is kind of what the year after rule for ACL recovery for players over 30. I don't sign me up for that. I'll tell you that right now. Diggs will be 32 in November. He has off the field issues. He's old, and he's coming off an ACL. What upside do you see at all in this situation?
I can give one upside.
It's just...
And the one upside, I don't disagree with you at all. The one upside I do see, who else is Drake May going to throw the ball to?
Pure volume is the only upside, right?
Yeah, volume. Like look at this wide receiver core. Diggs, Demario Douglas, Mac Hollins and his bare feet.
True.
Kendrick Bourne, Keyshawn Booty. And then tight end, you got Old Man Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. You don't have it. Like, maybe you get Trayvon Henderson out of the backfield, like the rookie, but there's no real... Like, I mean, I don't even hate the Patriots for not getting targets. Like, they had to upgrade the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. But there's still a lot. There's still not a lot for Drake May. For Drake May to go to in the air.
Yeah, I don't love anything about this. It seems like an unnecessary person to even like want to have on your fantasy team or on your real team in general. He's just a walking red flag to me. So I'm out. He's a dud for both. We're not worrying about Stephon Diggs in New England. And we alluded to this. And we already talked a little bit about this, but Najee Harris, obviously, to the Chargers. What do you have?
I get him as more as a dud. Again, just because like he's probably going to miss a little bit of time. Like if he's on the NFI if he remains on the NFI to start the year, he's going to have to miss at least 4 games. Automatic, don't draft. Maybe you pick him up and put him on your bench afterwards, but overall, not a guy you're getting excited about. only upside is it is a Jim Harbaugh offense that runs the ball a lot.
Well, and for me, I'm kind of with you. So he's a bust for fantasy, at least from a fantasy standpoint, initially, because obviously there you got the issues with the.
His eye is also a bust.
He can't see. So if you can't see the hole in the offensive line, I have issues. But not only that, they drafted Omari and Hampton in the first round. So that's signaling that Hampton
reached on the running back.
Yeah. So Harris's role is uncertain, right? We don't know necessarily how they're going to balance that running game. They have 1 million running backs because that's what Jim Harbaugh loves. Splitting carries is kind of one of those things where you just don't know what that situation is going to look like, even when he does come back. And then I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. Harbaugh's obsession, I think, with running backs and even Harris as a recruit, it's weird. I trust him more from a real life standpoint on the Chargers, just being an option, than I would from a fantasy standpoint. I think he's going to be able to maybe not have as much of a load, so he might be able to thrive in certain aspects of maybe some lesser, I don't know, in maybe being effective in a A-gap scheme or something along those lines. But outside of that, I don't see a lot that I'm really super stoked about for him.
Yeah. I was looking. There's no other big signings that's really exciting on the Chargers.
Yeah. So those are kind of my big ones. Those were kind of my big ones that I wanted to talk about.
I'm looking. We could talk about the Giants with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Giants, Russell Wilson.
Russell's going to start all 17 games.
I don't love it. Mainly because I don't love the Giants organization.
Yeah.
When you have an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers, or even, kind of with the Denver Broncos, they kind of tried to put him up there and he did okay. But I don't trust the Giants organization to get the most out of Russell Wilson, whether that's a fantasy standpoint or on the fields, in the actual games. I think there's going to be some rough days ahead in New York. Essentially,
free agency this year sucked.
Captain Urban, did you cover Cooper Kupp? We did. We did
cover. Yep, we did. We think he is a bust.
We did. He's a dud for us, at least for the fact that it's hard to trust the fact that Sam Darnold is your quarterback and Cooper Kupp isn't exactly a guy that stays healthy. So it's hard for us to get excited, especially, in Seattle. He's a sleeper. Well, he's got to be on the field, right? And he hasn't been able, he's got that reputation recently of just not being able to be on the field. And so if he's healthy, we kind of looked at the depth chart after that. I think Rec brought it up and it was kind of rough.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. So if he stays healthy, then yes, he can definitely be a sleeper that a lot of people are going to pass on from a fantasy standpoint in your draft. So that's one thing. But if he gets that injury bug like he has, I just don't know if it's going to be enough.
And even at his age, how much can he take? Yes, Captain Urban says he will, as long as he's healthy, he will get volume.
Well,
and with Stephon Diggs.
And what's the identity?
With less of a cancer.
The offensive identity under Mike McDonald. They got rid of DK Metcalf. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know if I have a super confident. It's a run heavy.
The identity is K9. Give the ball to Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, it's going to be a run heavy offense.
And then throw it to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And then, I think that there's going to be... I just don't know if I trust Seattle as much in this.
Yeah.
So I mean, here's the thing, Captain. If he's on the field consistently, if you can bank on that, if you can say, yeah, I trust him to be on the field all season long, and at 100%, I'm with you. I just don't know. But you also got to think Sam Darnold is throwing the ball in a run heavy offense as well. So there's, Darnold's younger than Geno. Coop is cheaper than DK. The team is essentially, it just looks a little bit different.
Like the Seahawks have been afraid to nuke it, and they just need to go ahead and just tank.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it.
One of my hot takes is that we would have 3 teams from the NFC West in the playoffs. The Seahawks will have a losing record, though. Seahawks are not making the playoffs. They're going to be the worst team in the division, and it won't particularly be close.
I mean, the Rams are a team that I love in that division already. So I love the Rams.
I'm high on the 49ers. I'm high on the Arizona Cardinals. Rams are an easy team to be high on.
Yep.
Very low on the Seahawks.
So, and here's the thing, Captain. If you see Cooper Kupp late round, like really dropping in your fantasy draft, sure, take a flyer on him. If he's, I wouldn't trust him to be my wide receiver 2
or flex.
Or he would be a flex at best for me. Feeling like
I wouldn't love him at flex.
Like I wouldn't trust him at wide receiver 2 for sure. Maybe a flex.
Yeah,
and that's
so what we've learned from all these is that avoid players that change teams. Odds are it's not going to work out for you. Just stick with what you know. Stick with what's worked with the correct team.
Yeah. I think. Of anyone.
How many players that change teams are you high on?
So I think that we covered Devontae Adams on the Rams.
Devontae's, that's the best one. And then you had Debo and Jonnu.
I had George Pickens on the Dallas Cowboys. Pickens, Devontae. I wasn't Jonnu's not as high on my list as those two. And then I also had Debo was high on my list as well. Those are the only 3 that
even then the only one that I'm high on is Devontae Adams. I don't like the movement so far.
Yeah. So if you're taking a theme from everything that we talked about tonight, stay away from avoid players who moved to new teams generally, because it's not going to be a good situation for a lot of these guys.
Maybe DK works as the wide receiver 1 in Pittsburgh. Maybe that would be my second pick for someone that moved, but even then I'm not too big on it. I wouldn't reach for that.
Yeah. So again, it's all circumstantial, but if you're getting into your drafts and you need some help and you're just I'm struggling here, and you got some of these guys that shifted teams, and it's last 3 or 4 rounds, maybe you take a stab at them, right? Like we said, with some of the quarterbacks on this list, you could do a little bit of those, gambles.
Yeah, it's Daniel Jones was one of the ones I was highest on.
Daniel Jones. Justin Fields.
That's bad.
Could be one, if from just a pure fantasy standpoint. Captain, as long as I get Nakua or Chase early, I'll be happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you could be pretty happy with either of those guys. They're going to be going at the top of the draft for sure. So you just, it's just part of it. So
also, before we hop off, there's one thing I want to mention here real quick. So about the SBs, they've gotten more awards out of the way.
Yeah. What do we got?
It's best golfer. Think about it.
I thought you were gonna say it.
No.
Is it Scotty Scheffler?
It's Scotty Scheffler. So someone's paying Scotty A. Smith about that.
Scotty is probably over the moon about it. He loves the fact that Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer. What else?
Most of the best players in sport, most of them are just normal. The one that threw me off was best NHL player. It was an Oiler, but it wasn't McDavid.
Draisaitl?
It was Draisaitl.
Wow,
Over McJesus.
Okay, Draisaitl.
And then everything else is what you'd expect. Saquon, Shohei, SGA, Cooper Flag, Caitlin Clark, Juju Watkins, nothing wild.
Wait, was Cooper Flag, was that college?
Best college athlete from men's.
I was going to say, I was like, what category would he be in? Like, is that?
College.
College, okay. Yeah, okay. Best. Oh, I'm pulling it up now. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, you got SGA, Caitlin Clark, Cooper Flag, Juju Watkins, best athlete with a disability, Noah Elliott, snowboarding.
Okay.
Saquon, Shohei, Draisaitl, Max Verstappen for best driver, best UFC fighter, Marav Valasvili. Have fun trying to pronounce that one.
I'm not even gonna try.
Best boxer, Katie Taylor. Best soccer player, Christian Pulisic. Golfer, Sky Scheffler. Tennis player, Coco Gauff.
Pulisic, AC Milan, U.S. men's national team.
Bongfoot. Welcome.
I feel like the Christian Pulisic is kind of a homer kind of a pick. It feels very homerish, but I'll take it. That's fine. Give it to him. Do you don't watch F1, do you, Rick?
No.
I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to watch Drives to Survive. And I'm about halfway through season 1, and I'm kind of into it. Max Verstappen is in season 1, so I assume he's still rocking and rolling here since he's best driver in 2025. And that show aired like 6 years ago, the first season. So at least I know he's still in the mix.
Captain Urban.
Spoiler.
Eagles really one team. It was really one best team when the Panthers went back-to-back in the hardest sport out there. Panthers, remember on the Action Lab, Chris and Scotty both predicted that Florida would get bounced in the first round.
We thought that there would be a Florida team representing. It just wasn't the correct Florida team. That's just where we were. What did we have? We had Tampa Bay or something?
Yeah, you had Tampa and you had you went homer pick in the West. You went Colorado.
Which they should have been there and they would have won. So
they should not have been.
Yeah, it's I mean,
You can't handle the truth.
don't handle it. You just can't handle it. You just can't handle the fact that they would.
Just like how y'all can't handle what's his name from Colorado that went to Dallas.
Oh, we don't even talk about that. We don't even talk about that.
Hat-trick and an assist in game 7.
He who shall not be named. We don't mention his name. We don't talk about his name. We just let it go. We let it marinate, and that's it. That's all we're doing here.
Speaking of which, have fun playing a whole season with the Woods.
I mean, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. We're feeling. I mean, we just got to get those morning games, like we said. If we get the morning wood, we'll be in great shape.
True.
Just play. Give us some morning games, please. That's all I'm asking. All right.
I'm just asking for players that have skill and do more than hit people.
Well, guys, thank you guys for being here tonight. We will be wrapping things up. It is at the top of the hour right now, so we are going to just get out of here and get back to your Wednesday night. So we're going to send you off to probably a music stream. We haven't done a music stream, I don't think, in a bit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So we're going to send you over probably to... Oh, Heavenly's on.
Sounds good.
Heavenly's always heavenly. And she's jamming. She's singing.
Oh, Jesus,
she's jamming. She's jamming and she's heavenly as always. So, go give her some love. Make sure you tell her ActionLab guys sent you. And yeah, we will get you out of here. We will be back live Sunday night for our community night. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's been an absolute hit and an absolute blast. So make sure you guys join us for that for some fun and games on Jackbox. We're gonna bust out some new games, I think. And we're not gonna have anyone who doesn't know how to play the games joining us on the show either. So that will be super helpful. So take with that what you will. Either way, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna play some games, and it'll be
No Bongfoot. Hopefully the Dodgers don't get pulse games.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, if they get pulse games, go ahead, give them the trophy.
Good night, friends. Cheers. Thanks, Captain. Appreciate that. Evil, thank you for the 18 months. Appreciate that. Obviously, Brendan, thanks for following. Again, appreciate that as well. But guys, between now and Sunday, go be a good person. Go live in the moment. We don't do that enough. Put the phone down. Enjoy the people and things around you. And also, make sure you guys are just going to be good human beings. Be good people. Later, Bongfoot. Dodgers have enough already. That's true. Yep. That is absolutely true. We don't need the Dodgers to get anything else. No, Bongfoot. Sorry. No, I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to do it. All right. Let me get the raid going.
Clayton Kershaw did get the, 3,000 career strikeouts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was...
Yeah, and he's the third player to do with just one team. Was it 2,000 or 3,000 that he got?
Lifetime Achievement Award for him, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Brandon, Pittsburgh Steelers sucks. There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. It's been a pleasure to be hanging out with you. You guys, we can't do this show without you. So thank you. Guys, hit that follow button if you are new to the channel. We are live every Wednesday and Sunday. We are doing a lot of football content on Wednesdays. We're going to start doing some more of these fantasy outlooks, what to look for, who to draft, who not to draft, studs, duds. We're gonna have
Lakers game day.
I can't wait. You know what I really want? I'm really looking forward to is our hot takes episode.
That's always a good one.
That's always a good one. It pisses Scotty off because he's too serious about things.
Yeah,
and he can't have fun with a good hot take. So
he doesn't know how to have.
He doesn't know how to have fun. You know. So
yeah, which is why he gets pissed off when we play fun games.
Oh, and we're always on point with a couple of our hot takes too. There's always one or two of our hot takes that do come to fruition. I think last year was the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, starting off 1-5.
Started off 1-5 and finishing last in the division was my hot take. And that hit. The year before that,
I guess not last in the division, but still.
The year before that was the Kansas City Chiefs and their wide receiver core putting all their eggs in one basket, and then
last year you also had a Travis Kelce getting hurt.
I did, and that didn't really happen.
Well, I forgot what it was, either last year or the year before, whichever year you had Kelce getting hurt in week 1.
yeah. So not all of them hit. Let's just we're not batting 1,000 on these.
They're hot takes for a reason.
They're hot takes for a reason, but we do hit on more than we probably should. So that one, I'm looking forward to that show as soon as we get to that one. So, and then I can't wait. So I think the hot take show, we're going to be doing the city draft once Scotty gets back.
Yeah, is that next? When are we doing the NFL? What ifs?
We're going to do that when Scotty's back. His first episode back, I think, is a Wednesday. So he's back off Sunday, back Wednesday. We're gonna probably. I told you we would do it when he was back, so we're gonna do it. Then.
And now, are you actually going to do it, or are you going to find an excuse to push it back for another week?
Probably find an excuse.
He's scared. He's too scared to do it.
Hot take: Raiders winning the division. We're not crazy though. Let's just say
we said hot takes, not wrong takes.
There you go. We're not. I mean, if you're gonna, this is here's. Bongfoot, this one's for you. If I could find it. Hold on. Sorry. This is the kind of not the. This is that kind of a take.
Will he run away from it?
You know what that sound is, Rick?
Running?
That's a bong getting smoked.
Oh.
That's the kind of take that is, Bongfoot. Speaking of bong,
would you use that clip to talk about the Raiders running the football?
Yeah, it's just Bongfoot knows that song or that sound effect.
He knows that song.
He knows that song and dance. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, the song of my people.
All right, guys. So hot takes, city draft, what ifs. I mean, we have some great segments coming up.
Yeah, and then of course after that it'll be full steam ahead in football.
All full steam ahead. We'll have our fantasy, everything. So, guys,
we still need to talk baseball one of these streams.
One day.
Yeah,
but
and then maybe we could figure out like a stream next week, a surprise stream next week for the thing I was telling you about with the simulcast.
Oh yeah. That could be an option too. I'd be curious on that too. So guys, you're hearing this happen. We have a lot of crazy shit happening and coming your way soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And we can't wait to dive into all of it. So go ahead. I hit the raid for Heavenly. It is in motion. Rec, what else do you got for him?
Nothing much. Stick around. If there's any specific Jackbox games you want or other community games you want to play, let us know.
Yep. Put those in the suggestion box. Discord is in the chat right there. Click the Discord and join. And then if you haven't sent a suggestion in, maybe it's your time. Do it. Because we're always looking for different ideas on what could be fun and entertaining. This is sports and entertainment talk show, and it's the best one on the internet. So how about you contribute and help us to make it even better? So love you guys. Have a great night. We will see you back here Sunday. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Basically.